Even the video, when you say it starts with a building, it starts with a logo or identity, it starts with a name or a board. But actually, when you look back, when you actually think about what are we celebrating, we're actually celebrating people. We are celebrating the great visionaries, the wonderful teachers, the great administrators who have made this possible, but certainly we are celebrating alumni. What gives the brand the credibility and the impact and legacy, if you actually look at it when you travel, not everybody knows the campus, not everybody has been to campus. Many of you haven't been and just heard that somebody is coming here after 21 years and somebody is coming after 25 years. Certainly a campus cannot be the biggest brand. The brand for an institution is certainly the alumni. And all of us know this because we all studied in some school, in some college, and that is certainly the way we look at it. But when you travel abroad, and certainly many of us, when you go to Europe, mostly to America, you realize the importance of alumni. Not because other institutions teach us, we also understand what is the impact that has been created. For our institution, and our Mr. Muniswamy, the Executive Director, is here, for sure we will say when he sits for admissions, when hundreds and thousands of people come, if you actually ask a question, why are you joining KUMARAGURU? Of course they will say counseling, they will say cut-off mark, of course they will say I want to join this course. But actually if you ask them where this idea of KUMARAGURU came, even though there is a brand today, even though people understand that, but the big 70% point is reference. What is this reference by? Of course, somebody would have not got to know about placement, somebody would have got to know about infrastructure, somebody would have got to know about other things. But at the core of it is this fact of thousands of alumni, who's a neighbor, who's a brother, who's a father, who's a recruiter, who's just somebody everywhere who's actually recommending, saying that go back to our institution. I think this 40th year is a celebration of truly the impact that the institution has created. And what is the impact, if you ask? Of course, there is a wonderful campus. But apart from the wonderful campus, what is the impact is actually all of you. Many of you have come from far, many of you from close, many of you amongst busy schedules, many of you almost decided and came in the last minute. This is wonderful, and I want to thank you and your families for being here. This is very special for us. To every year we host a 25th year, a 5th year or a 10th year, and certainly a global alumni meet is very, very important. What is very important and why we call it a global alumni meet, not because everybody from the globe can come here, it is a reminder for us that what we do today, what we do in this campus is no more local. This is not the India of 1984, this is the India of 2023, when institutions are actually preparing young people for the planet, are preparing young people for the fantastic opportunity that they will go to. I will also take a minute or two before I get into some things about the alumni, about what KUMARAGURU is today. You have seen the video, and many of you who are associated with us constantly, and I'm happy and glad to say that many alumni who support us, I was just talking to alumni who support us with technology. There are people, there are leaders who recommend us, who refer to us, advise us, and sometimes even tell us what to do. I think this is very important. But to some of you who have come after a while, after many years, after decades, I want to say that your institution is today broader, wider, deeper, higher, and different. This is very important for us to know, because after 36 batches have gone past, today this is an ecosystem which there will be a booklet in your bags which will talk about 40 aspects which we think is very important. I'm not going to talk about all the 40 aspects, but what we will remain, what we want to be, and what is very important to us is the vision that was set by our founder. And for our founder, the vision was actually even more powerful because he was inspired by great ideals. He was inspired by Prakash Vadalar and Mahatma Gandhi. These two ideals of looking at internal self and the nation is what is going to be always relevant to us. To build an institution not only to be a degree printing factory or a job giving place, but a place where young minds, young men and women are made to go out into society to become powerful individuals, where happy families, a great inclusive society, and progressive countries will be created. This is what I think is the core of what we do, and for that, naturally, excellence is very important, perfection is very important, aspiration is very important. Today, in circularity and sustainability is very important. Today, the institution is amongst the many institutions or few institutions which has a NAC A++ rating. It has been awarded as one of the top 5 innovative institutions. We have a green campus rating recently. We have been 9 years winning Anna University zonal championship in sports. We have wonderful forums. We have about 5,000 trees. We have an incubator. We have a Tamil library. We have 7 institutions now which does multiple things. And I can say we do other things too. What is also very important for us is how our young men and women will get sometimes a lot more. I mean, every student I'm sure who went through had a challenge. But today our young people go through enormous challenge opportunities they have. Some of us older call it distraction. I'm sure parents call it distraction, but I actually think they have limitless opportunities, limitless ideas. And I think that is the strength of this generation. But at the same time, because of these challenges, competitions, and maybe even distractions, they also have obviously work is to make sure that we remind them of their limitless potential. Now I'll come to, since I've told you a little about what we do, I'll also tell you that where we think many of you are here will be able to help us. Because we know that we work very hard. We work very hard and we have people from almost the beginning. And when we celebrated our 40th year, we looked back at the institution. We were glad that there were even 2 people from the day 1 till now. We have 2 of our members of staff who are there from day 1 till now. Apart from people like Dr. Devaki and many others who have come, there are our professors. You know, when we do an alumni meet, we also think, now slowly we are thinking, is it only students, or we'll have to think of faculty also. Maybe we have to think of a faculty alumni forum as well, because we know that there are many people who have been through this campus. They've retired, they've gone for bigger and better and different opportunities. What is the role of an alumni? What is the need that we see today? I think what is very important, I primarily think, is the fact that we need mentorship. We need advice. We need ideas. We constantly have, we have even a member of parliament amongst us who has taken liberty multiple times in the past to tell us what more we can do. We have entrepreneurs, we have leaders in business, we have professionals, we have people who will make this country prouder, protect this country, do research for this country, multiple people. But many of you can help us. When I say help us, what is this help? Of course, you should come and see how to support us, but more than that, ideas for the future. Because many of you are in the real world. How much ever we are connected to the real world, we become insular. We become somebody who actually is busy in operations. To somehow come and say, why aren't you doing this? Can we do this? This is what we should do. If you go to Harvard and Stanford, of course, alumni also give them billions. But that more than that, they sit in their boards to run the institution. That is what is going to make the change. That is what will make an institution go into the next realm. I met a young man who's studying in England. I see very young children, KUMARAGURU children here. Our biggest challenge is not that many of you have been successful and we are very proud of your growth. Our challenge is to make sure the next generation also comes here and they think of KUMARAGURU as a viable place, a credible place, an exciting place to be, for which we have to do very interesting things. This year, because of the change, we are thinking of multiple things. One of the things that we want to do is start sports sciences. We are very soon going to have a department, a school for sports sciences. One of the other things we want to do is to work on climate change, a school for climate change, how circularity, sustainability will be also thought about. We have a department for political science, and certainly we want to have a very impactful center for policy and policy development in this country. We have a Tamil department now. We have a full Tamil BA literature program with us in a time when nobody, all of us are proud celebrating, but many people don't understand there are great careers in media, in literature and other things. So we are very happy that we are running this. And there are multiple other things we will do. But for this, a lot more ideas, a lot more things can be told to us. 2 weeks or last month, we got an email from an alumni in Bangalore saying, this is the industry I'm running. Can your professors, can your students come and help us make the process better, product better? Can the operations get better? I think this is what we want, the help from you. Vision, ideas, mentorship, advice, lots of things which will take the institution to the next level. And that's why Kumaraguru will become will go into the next realm. We've always had great leaders who have worked. We have had people who have steered change. We have had leaders who have taken us to the next paradigm. Many of you will know Dr. Armugam, a legendary leader who was part of the institution building, empowered by the vision of the founder. But we need to continuously see how many of us here will be ensured to be mentored and given great ideas taken to the next level. So this time, want to invite many of you into co-creation, into co-visioning, into co-leading many opportunities. And some of you who have finished, somebody just told me that they finished the first career and doing the second career, doing something else. If there is a second career, please come and work with us too. Give us time, give us your pro bono time or a part-time, full-time, so that we can build things together, because so many opportunities are possible from this platform called Kumaraguru. That is the most important thing. Because I spoke about platform and very soon you will see a launch of something else, we always think this alumni network should not be a past network. I'm sure we will listen to wonderful stories that way as we always understand of how the transformation happened, how this started in Pollachi, came here, almost nothing, was like a forest, and today what this institution has created is phenomenal. But at the same time, what next? What next is the biggest question. I've had other people tell me that my business, I have 32 people working for me from Kumaraguru. People have told me my business network has become better. People have told me my referral network has become better. So we thought it's important, of course, to have an alumni association, of course, to have an alumni grouping, but we also thought it's very important to have a platform for business development, for ideas to be shared, for funding to happen, and mostly for learning to happen. So today we will launch something called the Kumaraguru sort of business network. It will be a directory of businesses, Kumaraguru alumni businesses, which will be brought out every year and constantly added, so that somebody can go online and say, okay, who is doing civil construction, who is doing biotechnology related research and development through a business, who is working on digital marketing or multiple other things. This is what we want to do, so that a very young person, a first year student here can go see that and write to you and say, can I have an idea, or can I come and research or do something? A professor will offer their services, but most importantly, businesses will happen. There are new businesses that will always get created. So very proud and happy that we will launch that today. Like that, there are multiple things that can happen, because I feel the Kumaraguru alumni should not be a past network, but should be a future network, should be a growth network. If today we will see some awardees, and if this is the sample of credibility and impact that our alumni are creating, we only know that there'll be many, many more in the decades to come, and many, many more that we don't know of what they're doing. This is very, very important to us. And mentioning that, I also want to say we're very grateful for the alumni for accepting to be awarded and acknowledged today, because it's very important to celebrate all of you. Celebrate your success, because we too are a part of it. When we celebrate you, we celebrate ourselves, we celebrate this institution, we celebrate everybody who are part of it. Thank you very much for being here, because this is very, very important, because you are a standpoint. For the 7,000 students who study with us, you will become legends and inspiration in their mind. And also amongst the other younger alumni, yesterday we had the 10th year. And what I told them was very different. All of you will be actually leaders for them, because they are 10 years, and 10 years they start thinking what next and what more, because they have multiple opportunities. So once again, thank you for being here. I think it's very, very important. We are recognizing multiple things. When we thought about alumni, we said, what do we recognize? Naturally, we'll recognize success. Naturally, we'll recognize impact. But we said we will recognize impact holistically. We are recognizing people who are in public services. We are recognizing people who are in entrepreneurial excellence. We are recognizing people who have been in research, who are certainly serving the country, and multiple other things. So this is very important for us. And we also said, while recognizing, we look at individual excellence. We wanted to see if there is a marathoner or a sportsman or a blade runner. We found one or two people, but naturally they were not here. We also wanted to acknowledge people who are doing community service, because this institution is about excellence overall to society and to self. So once again, thank you very much to the special invitees, the awardees. But we also know in an alumni meet, everybody is special. everybody is a KCTN, everybody is a Kumaraguru alumni who will be celebrated. If all of us are in different parts of our lives, but certainly some people are there and have achieved, and many of you and all of you will achieve. I want to wish and say, the only thing, my ask is, we shouldn't meet once a year, we shouldn't meet once in 10 years, certainly not in 21 years or 25 years. My request is, whenever you go past, whenever you think of an idea, whenever you get a thought or a reference, please keep telling us what to do, because certainly we are working hard, but we'd like to do more. We'd like to see in what ways that we can empower the vision of our founder to go to the next realm. There are many more opportunities for Kumaraguru. There are some that we have missed, lot that we have done, but in the future, naturally, we have to do a lot more. So once again, thank you so much for being here. Very, very special. Look forward to interacting to many of you. So before you go, if there are things that you want to tell us, want us to do, want to work with us, please keep telling us. But look forward to seeing many of you again. And once again, a special welcome to the families and a very special welcome to the children. Hope we won't bore them too long, but I'm certain that it will be an inspiration of whatever they see today. Thank you once again, and let's celebrate today and celebrate alumni. Thank you.